Sadhguru Nath Maharaj Ki Jai, and welcome to Jagadambe Reads the Holy Books of India, Ramayana76. As you may remember, the king was very upset by Keiki. In the meantime, when the sun's rim appeared in the east, Vashishta, surrounded by his pupils and disciples, entered the palace. People had already begun to assemble in the hall and in the courtyards, as also in the streets, waiting for the great event. Vashishta met Sumantra, the favorite charioteer of the king. He said, "Sumantra, the king has not arrived yet. Go at once and tell him that everything is ready, and we're waiting for his coming. Tell him I have already kindled a fire and that the auspicious moment has arrived." Sumantra hurried to the chambers of Keiki and entered the apartment, singing the praises of the king as a Sutta should. He then said, "Please wake up, my lord. Prepare yourself for the great event. The sun has arisen. The entire city has gathered to witness Rama's coronation. Everything has been done as per your wishes, and we are waiting for your coming. Vashishta is here with the other priests. The hall, filled as it is with people, still looks empty without your presence, your majesty. It is like a herd of cattle without the cowherd, like an army without the commander, like the night without the moon, like a kingdom without a ruler." His words hurt the unfortunate king. It was like the twisting of a wound. The king looked at the Sutta, Sumantra. His eyes were red with weeping and with the sleepless night he had spent. He was a picture of woe. Dasarata looked at Sumantra, who stood before him, and said, "My tears, Sumantra, flow all the more when I hear your words." The charioteer could not understand what was happening. He was able to make out that something was amiss, but beyond that he could not guess. He moved a few steps away from the king, who was unable to talk even a word after that. Keiki, who saw what was happening, came near Sumantra and spoke in her arrogant and imperious voice. "Sumantra, all through the night the king spent sleeplessly since he was worried because of his extreme love for Rama. Just some time back sleep overcame him, and he's dozing. Go at once and bring Rama to the presence of the king. There is nothing here to be concerned about." Sumantra's worried look of a moment ago was wiped out by the words of the queen. And pleased with the thought that he would be meeting Rama soon, and that the king would perform the Abhisheka at once, Sumantra hurried away from the presence of the king. He told himself, evidently the king wants to discuss some matters of importance with Rama before the coronation, and that is why he is asking Rama to be brought to the chambers of the younger queen. Karkataka Lagna, under which Rama was born, was fast approaching, and the star Pushya was already said to have reached the neighborhood of the moon. The time was approaching for the coronation, and there was an incessant noise, as of the roar of the ocean, when Sumantra left for the palace of Rama. Several people asked him on the way, "Where is the king? Why has he not come to the council hall yet? The sun is rising higher and higher in the heavens, and still the king has not come out of his sleeping chambers." Sumantra said, "The king has asked me to fetch Rama from his palace, and that is where I am going. I will certainly inform the king about the fact that you have all assembled here, and that time is fast approaching when the coronation should be taking place." Sumantra came back to the doorway of the apartments of Keiki and tried to wake up the king once again. Dasarata looked at him with his sad eyes and said in a feeble voice, "Sumantra, you were asked to bring Rama. Have you not gone yet? I have to see my child at once. Bring him to me." Puzzled by the general atmosphere, Sumantra did not pause to think. He went fast toward the palace of Rama. It took him some time to cross the dense crowd. Soon he reached the mansion where Rama lived. Rama's palace was like the peak of Kailasa, and like the dwelling of Indra's himself. It was decorated with flowers, festoons, perfumes, and all the beautiful things that could be found on the face of the earth. Sadhguru Nath Maharaj Ki Jai. Thank you for coming. I hope you come again.